Hey y'all, welcome to the local garden. My name is Shane, and today I've got you in my garage. It's a mess in here. We've had to move inside. We've had a lot of rain lately, and we just got over a bad freeze, and yesterday we ended up with a hailstorm. So we have got stuff in here. I've got quail in here, I've got plants in here, and it's a wreck, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway, and I'm gonna show you what I'm planting tonight. I'm gonna put it in, start some pots with some of these new Baker Creek seeds I got in. So I'm gonna show you all of that. So let's get started. So this is what I mean when I say it is a wreck in here. We have got plants, we have got seedlings going. Most of these are Baker Creek seeds going in these little containers. And we have tomatoes. I've got these shop lights going because my normal setup, I usually have all this on a shelf, but I had to do a fold out table. Like I said, the weather just has not been cooperating with us. I've got some black tomatoes here, some of the little atomic tomatoes from Baker Creek there. I've got the Tomarillo Dwarf, the blue chocolate. I have got the tomato orange hat right there, which I'm really excited about. We have sweet peas coming up, as well as this is a seed packet from, this is a spoon tomato from Baker Creek. So I just planted those the other day. They're doing really well. Cucumbers back here, and then rainbow tomatoes on that end, and then some Tommy Toe cherries. And then I've also got some, looks like bell peppers that just really aren't doing too hot. And then I've got some asparagus in there. I was wanting to see what it did, but this is not all that I've got planted. And I am ready to hurry up and get this out in the greenhouse. But like I said, the weather has not cooperated. We had a really bad flood. It's been flooding all weekend long, I swear. It rained really hard Sunday, Saturday. We had a bad hailstorm yesterday. So I have not been able to get this stuff out in the greenhouse yet. And the temperatures today dropped to about 40 degrees and it's supposed to be in the 30s tonight, I believe. So not really interested in putting it out in the greenhouse yet, just because I don't trust it. But we had a nice storm a couple weeks ago, pulled all of our plants out of the greenhouse. Everything's just a mess, y'all. It is in here and it's a wreck. So more plants. Over here, this is from a little job I did on this quail hutch that I'll show you. Got plants down here, got soil, you name it, it's here. It's a wreck, but I ain't worried about it. So you see my little setup is just on the table. Shop lights. These shop lights are those easy LED lights from Walmart. Nothing real expensive, nothing, I think they were maybe 15 bucks a piece, 15 to $18. I'm not sure. I bought these a couple years ago and they've done great, so I've continued to use them. And I literally, like I said, I usually hang them, and I've got them sitting up on pots right now just to get these seeds started. But what I wanted to show you tonight is I'm going to get some more seeds started. I am planting strawberries. Got these from Baker Creek in. It is a strawberry Alexandria, a strawberry white soul. I'm really excited about this one, a Kajari melon. I've seen this melon grown on a couple other channels. I'm interested to see how it does in zone 8A. If you've had any luck with this, let me know. And same thing, this tomato, Alice's Dream. I'm excited to grow this as well. I just like the coloration on it, and I've heard it tastes pretty good based on what others have said on other channels. So I'm excited about that. I was gonna show you all this rabbit hutch that I've been working on, that I remodeled, sort of, but this was given to us a couple of years ago, actually more about like 3 years ago, by one of our neighbors. And it was an old rabbit hutch that they didn't want anymore, and it was kind of worn, and they had no use for it any longer. They no longer had rabbits, and we had rabbits, and we just used it for a little bit to put rabbits in, and then of course we've used it as a brooder for our chickens and such. And last summer a really bad storm came and knocked the limb right through the top here, and it went all the way through the shingles, all the way through the center portion down here, and then all the way to the bottom. And so I've got this wood down here on top of the cage, on top of the flooring, just to, whenever I get ready to let these baby quail go through to the bottom floor, they'll have a more solid surface, but I take that out for the bottom tray. But my wife wanted me to throw it away because it looked horrible. The paint was peeling off and it just looked terrible. And so I decided to bring it in here. I drug it in here. We ended up getting new quail, new baby quail. I'll show those to you real quick. They're being silly. Cute little things. They're probably about 8 days old maybe right now. 7 or 8 days old. I've got 8 of them. But anyway, so this is their brooder for the moment. But I drugged this inside and used fence paneling, like $2 a panel for the roof, and I measured it to size over the shingle. Put some caulk in here for the rain. Did that on both sides, kind of tiered it up, overlapped it so the water won't get through. Caulked it real good here in the middle and then repainted it, and it's turned out great. I'm really proud of it. And there's a little hatch down inside here on the top floor right there, and then I can lift that up, and then there's a ramp underneath where the quail can just run down to the bottom floor whenever they get old enough. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. I think that's really cool, and I really do like how it turned out. And then I ordered a really cool sign to go on the door. When that comes in, I'll show that to you. But anyway, thought that was cool. Brought you in the house. It's a little bit warmer in here, so we're going to go get started and start potting up some of these strawberries, tomatoes, and that Kajari melon. And so let's get started. So I've got the seeds all right here. Got something to mark them with. I got my soil. I have already put some water in here to get it good and moist. Got it here on the countertop. We have got the containers here, and I've got it in here just so it won't mess anything up. But look at all the eggs, y'all, that our chickens have been giving us. We go out there every day. It's probably about 5 or 6. But anyway, so we're gonna get started on this real quick. Sometimes it's hard to hold these cameras and do all this one-handed, but I'm gonna do my best this afternoon. Just kind of show you what I'm doing here. Just gonna fill some of these pots with soil. And strawberry seeds are pretty easy to do. You really just have to kind of lay them on top of the soil, and then you really don't even have to pat them down. You just barely sprinkle some soil over the top. So I'm only going to do a couple pots of those. I don't want to do too many because I can transplant. Same thing with the Kajari melon and the tomato seeds. I can always transplant. All right, y'all, got my pots going. I got 8 of them here, and you can see a little bit of dirt left. But I'm going to do, I think probably, I've got 4 packets here, probably 2 pots per packet, just to see what we can come up with. All right, I went ahead and put the name tags on each one so I don't get them mixed up. This is gonna be Alice's Dream tomatoes. I've got Kajari melon, white strawberries, and the strawberry red. So for the Kajari melons, it says to sow them about a 1/2 inch deep. And then on the Alice's Dream tomatoes, it says about an 1/8 inch. So I am going to use my trusty old Sonic straw right here. And we are going to go in about 1/2 inch. And I'm gonna do 4 little places here. And then 1 in the middle. And then same thing here. I ordered a tool to do this. It's already got the markers on it. I just have not got it in yet. And then on the Alice's Dream, probably about 1/8 of an inch, because tomatoes really don't have to be sown too deep. Then I'll water those really good after they get here. And I will transplant these, so that's why I'm not putting them in individual cells right now. After they come up, I will do the transplanting. Now the strawberries, it's surface sow, so I'm just gonna sprinkle those on top and cover them just a little bit with dirt. All right, we are gonna plant Kajari melon. We're going to get some started. So Kajari melon seeds are really just like any other seed, kind of look like cucumber seeds. So I'm gonna sow them just a couple at a time just to make sure that the germination goes well in each little area. And then I will, like I said, I will thin them out later. Let's see here. We'll do 2 per little pod there. They send you quite a bit of seeds in each little packet. And I think you get quite a bit of fruit off this Kajari melon when it grows. I believe out on Roots and Refuge. I've seen her grow them, and they actually trellis them, which is what I plan to do here. And they did pretty well, and she's in Arkansas. So there's those, and I'm gonna put the rest of those back in the packet that I had left over. Now we're gonna do these tomato Alice's Dream seeds. And again, quite a few come in a packet. So, and these seeds are really, really tiny, y'all. Check that out. Check out how little those seeds are, really bitty. So I'm gonna put about 2 in each pot, in each little cell that I created as well here, just to get them started, just for good germination. And it doesn't hurt if you get 2 or 3, or more than 2. Just gives you better germination. The tomatoes are really easy to thin out, so I'm not really worried about it. And I'm gonna save those seeds because we can use those again next year. And then, and for different sowing, I can sow later on. And I'm just gonna pinch them and cover them up. Same thing over here. I'm just gonna brush extra soil over the top of it. All right, and those are ready to go. I'm gonna get those under grow lights. Now the strawberries, I'm gonna show you how I do those. This is my first year really growing strawberries. I've always gone down and bought a starter, which I might wish I'd have done this year. I know that these probably won't produce this year, but I'm gonna try to get them growing. But one strawberry plant at the store right now is probably about $8. So I said I'm gonna buy a cheap pack of $3 seeds and see what I can do. So I'm gonna see what we can do on this. All right, we're gonna surface sow some of these. These are little bitty, literally super microscopic seeds right here. And I'm just sprinkling them on top. There's not a whole lot in the packet, as you can see. So I'm trying not to waste them. I want them evenly kind of spread out to see if I can get some good growth on here. And I know that I can thin these out. So there's that. And then we'll do the same thing with the white strawberries. So here's the white. I'm gonna do the same thing all over again. And that's that. I actually had less white strawberry seeds, I think, than I did red. So now what I'm gonna do with that is I'm gonna take some of this leftover dirt here, and I am literally gonna get a handful and sprinkle it right over the top of these right here, just like that. I'm just gonna give them a quick little pat just to make sure they're in there. And that's that. We have white strawberries, the red Alexandria, Alice's Dream tomatoes. I really like that color. And Kajari melons. So we're gonna see what those do, and I'm gonna get these out to the grow light. All right, I got these back out here to the garage. I'm gonna get them under the grow light here in a minute, and just gonna show you one more time what we got going out here. Got so much stuff going on, it's a mess. Got our quail hutch. For right now we're brooding. I got 8 baby quail in there. I believe they're Celadon and Caternix mix is what the lady told me I got them from. Got them from Friday. Got 8 babies, gonna grow those out, have those in the backyard. Looking forward to some eggs. I used to grow the Texas A&M white ones, and we moved, and it was such a big production, we had to move them, and I gave those away. But I've always wanted them again, so I'm gonna start that back up. Got our grow lights here. Got all of our little plants popping up like they should, and getting super excited to get all of this out in the garden and get some dirt in some of those raised beds that I built a couple of weeks ago, and get the rest of it ready to rock and roll for spring. So I appreciate you checking out the video, and if you like it, please hit like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Y'all have a great week.